Hello everybody, hope we're all good. Big shout out to KR Couriers and Transport Limited, and a big thank you to everyone who likes, shares, comments and subscribes to the All or Nothing podcast with myself, Billy Moore. Someone asked a question about the Cast of Shooters, which is a Liverpool movie that was filmed about 23 years ago, full of scousers, non-actors. It was about the cocaine wars back in the day. People were getting smoked, drug dealers were getting robbed. And someone asked, did I know any of the cast? Well, yeah, I do. My house was actually used in filming. Big John Wayland used my house for location. I had a little gym in the back garden. When the kids come up to speak to John about, give me arms, John, give me arms. You don't be for 6 hours. John's opened the back door. You see this little gym. Let's have a night time. That was mine. That was one of those times when I just got out of jail and I was getting my head together. You know, and I was in my mum's and I bought these weights, and enough was enough. You know, I thought the gym could fix me. I was having it with the lads as well. The cast, you know, knew them way before he started filming that. You know, Scully, you know, I love Scully, good kid. Scully's got some rep as one of the best armed robbers in Liverpool. So he ended up making history by doing the biggest heist on Merseyside, taking almost $1 million. He all got nicked for it, like. There's too many involved, police are all over it. Yeah, I wasn't always a fucking junkie. I got out of jail and he had it with the lads and tried to be a sociably accepted member of the community and snort Charlie and coke, you know. But thinking cocaine was alright. You know, but whether it's wet or dry, they both get your eye and they both take you to the very depths of hell. You know. Yeah, Desi. Didn't know Desi, you know, back then, but I knew him. Known of him recently, and I trained with him at Darren Smith's gym. Good kid, Desi. I like Desi. Still looks strong. Still is strong, actually. Still a big kid. Doing well for himself. Franny, I only ever met Franny once or twice. You know, he wasn't to be messed with. He was a big hombre when I first met him. He was in heaven in a nightclub. I was off me cake on a fucking wired on a knee. He was just standing there, just cool, as you like, and I'm fucking, you know, when you're off your barnet and you're just fucking yapping away. No one takes a fucking blind bit of notice. One of those moments, very awkward. Yeah, and I've just seen him passing through the years. Carl Seaton, sadly, you know, passed away. He was a good kid, Carl, from Wavertree. I like Carl. Gone way too soon. You know, he always had time for me, even though I was in the grip and I was a little bit of a rag ass on the estate. Yeah, that time when I got out and I got this gym in the garden, and I was going to make it, you know, it's going to be different this time. It always was going to be different. Every time I got out, it was going to be different. I'm going to change. My life's going to be better. You know, these are all lads who are out there making a few quid and not using the drugs of shame that I was using. So if I mix with them, I might be okay. And I did for a little while, going to like Mr. Smith's nightclubs and fucking going to town, bevying and getting dressed well and snorting and partying, fucking going back to house parties and living a little bit of a different life from the one I had before, because the one I had before was just bonzies and crack dens. You know, and I wanted to change all of that. But that's where I found that I needed to be abstinent, because it always sucked me back those dark places. It took me to sitting in a room, sobbing uncontrollably, wondering what the fuck was wrong with me. And he had a table full of drugs. And that was everything that I wanted. But it was nothing that I needed. And I realised that years later, you know, I had everything I wanted there, but there was nothing I needed. I needed my family, I needed friends, I needed people, you know, in my life who loved me and acknowledged me and wanted me to be a part of their life, you know, instead of like living this fucking desperate, fucking shameful life. You know, I'd look out the windows and see people walking the dogs and washing the cars. And that's all I wanted to be, was normal like them. To go about my day without having to fucking worry about who was after me or where I was going to get my next fix from. You know, so it soon took me back to those desperate places. But yeah, it wasn't until years later that I went to a rehab and I realised that I needed to fucking be abstinent from all mind and mood altering chemicals. I haven't smoked a cigarette in years. That's by choice, by the way. You know, I haven't used drugs in over 5.5 years, coming up to 6, and that's just a day at a time. You know, I talk about my problems, I talk about my feelings, I share what's going on. I don't keep it to myself, because secrets keep you ill, keep you out there. So yeah. I did know the caster shooters. I think that was the question, and there's your answer. Anyway, thanks for listening. I just go on me again. Fucking right into fucking Deep Space Nine with me feelings. Thank you again for listening. Take care.